Welcome to Now College, where we talk about the college experience. I'm your host, Amma, and I want to thank you all for listening truly. And I want to thank you for being here.
Who's that you? It's Mario Fierro.
Hey! I love that. One of my couple of questions was to announce who you are. We got that. And then if you can tell the audience what your major was and what you do now for a living.
So my major for my bachelor's was film studies / production. And what I do now is I'm Cardi B's videographer. So whatever she does professionally, I'm there on set, recording behind the scenes. And I'm also an assistant editor on a documentary that I can't really say much about. I signed NDAs for both of those jobs, so I can't really say much about them. And I've been with Cardi for a year and like a week now at this point.
It's been a year?
It's been a year. And I feel like even more because I was on the set of WAP. That was like July of 2020. So
Can you describe how that was? Like what was it like?
it was really eye-opening because the week prior to that job, I was working at a really tough job where the director and I didn't really get along, and I quit the project. And that was a project for Common, the rapper. And it was my first big job, I feel like, and it was going to be for his YouTube channel where he talks about wellness and his health. And yeah, I was super excited. I edited the first episode. After that, shit hit the fan, and I quit the project. Randomly, my friend was like, hey, this friend is looking for a videographer. And I was like, who's the artist? And they're like, well, we can't really say. And I was like, fuck it, you know what? I'm not doing shit, so let me just go to set. So I would go to set that same day because they needed someone urgently. Because the videographer that was hired got COVID, so he couldn't come to set. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go. And legit was that same day, like, hey, come right now or nothing. And I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll go. I checked the crew list, and I keep seeing Colin Carter, and I was like, wait, that sounds familiar. And it's like I see Patience Foster, and I was like, holy shit, that's the publicist. Holy shit, this is a Cardi B music video. So, yeah, so then that's what started everything.
Holy cow. So, like...
And honestly, she has at this point, she has over 100 million followers. Common has 3 million.
Oh!
Not to be... No, but...
Hey, it's numbers. It's numbers. You're right.
But I thought that was my biggest thing that was going to happen. Just a common job that didn't end up working out. Yeah. But when it's not meant for you, it's not meant for you. And when something is, it is.
To go from, boom, here's my big break. And then, I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but like, it sounds like things were like a little messy, not too organized. It's not worth it.
You know what was the cherry on top? The director was like, yesterday, hey, are you cutting? Are you editing? And I was like, hey, how are you? Because when people first talk to me, you have to greet me. You don't just go straight to like, hey, are you cutting? So I had to teach him like, hey, how are you? And he responded. His response was the one that ended the relationship, which was, hey, don't be smart with the hey, how are you? And I was like, oh, we're gonna play that game. Okay, we're good then. I'm quitting your project. And obviously that was the cherry on top. There were still issues that we were dealing with, but that was what showed me like, oh wow, this is someone who's not mature. And in a way, I'm learning to trust my instincts. So if I'm seeing red flags right away, I react. I'm not gonna wait for shit to get worse. Or I'm learning to just go with my instincts and it's like, okay, I'm feeling this or I'm not, and I act towards it.
It seems like that's we haven't really gotten deep into it, but like it seems like that's part of it, like trusting your instincts, like.
Oh, yeah, and trusting in yourself, because I worked with an artist that I won't name, but I quit the tour. I quit their tour, and it was like a total of 50 cities. I quit on the 24th city.
Oh, wow.
It was because I felt disrespected, and I remember being like, hey, you're expecting all this from me, but I'm doing, like, setting up the stage for you. I'm selling merch for you. I'm doing this and that. And at the end, he was like, are you about to cry? And I was like, out of everything that I'm expressing to you, you're going to tackle me for like me being emotional about it. So I was like, nah, this is an asshole. So I'm not going to work with assholes. And he was paying me $300 a week. So I was not going to kill myself for someone who was not respecting my time or my dignity. And I was about to start film school at AFI, one of the best film schools in the world, in the fall. So in my head, I was like, you know what? I could quit this shit. I'm going to start a new chapter in the fall. So I don't give a shit.
So you
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, it's like I quit that first tour because I felt like they were treating me like shit.
Yeah.
The second one because I thought they were treating me like shit. And then this third one, it was perfect. It was Cardi B. So I'm like, damn.
mm,
Would I have gotten Cardi B if I didn't quit all those jobs? And the answer is no. I'm the kind of person that just will trust that everything will work out. And obviously that comes with its pros and cons, but it has worked for me, motherfuckers.
where does that come from? That trust of
Honestly, I'll say it's a privilege because I come from a big family and I'm able to fall back on certain people. And I know some people don't have that support system, but for me, I'm like, fuck, if my mom doesn't have money, my dad does. If my dad doesn't have money, my older brother does. If my older brother doesn't have money, one of my sisters has. If one of my sisters does. We're a family of 9, so being able to survive in LA has been thanks to them, because yeah, it wasn't easy at the beginning, and honestly, you do need money to start off, as depressing as that might sound. But for me, yeah, it's barely paying off, and I'm grateful for that.
barely.
Well, yeah, because yeah, I owe people money, so the fact that obviously I paid all of them back, but yeah, I mean, yeah, sometimes it is LA. It's fucking expensive, so. The longest anyone has waited for money is like a month until I get a new job and I'm able to pay them back.
That is
So
not bad
yeah,
at all.
yeah, I'm just like, I do keep track of everything and do give myself a hard time. It's not like, oh, can I borrow this and like I'll pay you back in a year or something. No, I'm like, I work my ass off and yeah, and have a $8,000 camera that I've put in the pawn shop probably like 10 times at this point, but that's because I'm to pay rent, and then to get it back, I'm like, I might get a job, and then I'm like, oh shit, I need to get it out. But once I get paid for that job, I'll be able to pay you back. And then I was in this cycle where I was like pawn shop, asking people to get that camera out, but then I get paid and then pay them back, and it was horrible. But yeah, right now I'm out of it for sure.
Well, let's take it back just a little bit, because there's a lot that happened before you got to even that first gig. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So from K through 12, what kind of student would you say you were?
I was a good student. The only year I fucked up was freshman year of high school. But that's because I went to a high school that actually tested you and then put you in the classes according to your test. Yeah, so basically I was in a college class my freshman year of high school. And I failed that shit.
What test is this?
I don't know, but they place you.
Like everybody.
It was
took
like a placement test. Yeah. Southwest Early College. So if you were to go to that school, you actually graduated with a high school diploma and your associate's degree.
Oh, what kind of college was it?
It's called. It was called Southwest Early College.
Early college.
Yeah.
Oh, is that typically like? Is that the meaning of? Because I've heard of early colleges, but I never like looked into what that was. Is that what that means? Like you take college courses?
Yeah. So yeah, their whole goal is to graduate you with an associate's.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, that school was really tough. I'm not gonna lie. The teachers were intense, and yeah, after it was my second semester when I started the college course, and I failed that shit, and that put my GPA like at a 2.7 or something. But then I went to a public school in Denver, and I got straight A's.
Whose idea was it to go to the early college?
It was actually my mom's.
Okay.
Yeah.
To like acquire the associates
yeah, she was very like strict with us in school. Okay. And it's like, you're going to college and I'm going to send you to the best ones. And I remember her trying to get us to a private school, but that didn't work out. Okay. So I graduated with a 3.7 high school. Shoot. Wow. Yeah, because it was straight A's from there on out.
Can you describe that first year? You don't
mind? I was too intimidated. And as a freshman, and you're in a college class with like older people, and there was like a 50-year-old woman there, and I was like, wait, what? Well, what am I doing here? And then I didn't get something, so I felt really stupid to even say I didn't get it.
So you were like
but that was
15.
yes. But honestly, if I wouldn't have transferred from that school, my GPA would have been shit. I wouldn't have been accepted to the private school I ended up going to for my bachelor's, which is the University of Denver. The University of Denver is a private school. It's like ranked 80th in the nation. It's like
Wow.
50,000 a year. But so yeah, it's like super expensive school. But because of scholarships and all that, I was able to go in. But I'm like, if I would have stayed at Southwest City College, there's no way I would have gone to DU.
Did you take the SAT or the ACT? ACT. How was that?
I'll be.
What'd you say?
An 18. I got an 18.
I don't know what because I took the SAT.
SAT.
So what's the scale?
That was like barely college ready.
Gotcha. All
No,
right.
but the average ACT score for my class that entered the University of Denver was 28. So I was the lowest of the fucking lowest. Yeah.
Did you do any extracurriculars or anything?
Yeah, I
like
played
that?
tennis.
Oh shit! Oh, we gotta play. Hold
Yes.
on. Wait, are you amazing? Like,
Yeah.
you can serve. Shit.
I was ranked
It's okay.
number 2. My brother was number 1.
So you go to this early college.
Fuck
It's pretty
off.
much a shit show. Yeah.
Shit show, yeah.
And then you transfer. Who led that decision to transfer?
My older brother and my twin brother, because they wanted to join baseball, and this school was so small that they didn't have a baseball team
Gotcha.
or soccer team. So
It's like we gotta get out of here. We
was
gotta play
I
sports.
was I gonna be the only one left behind? I was like, nah, let's just follow them.
And you weren't having a good time anyway, so it's like
Yeah, I
all
was
right,
just like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Okay, so you go to a public high school, traditional high school, do extremely well,
Yeah.
and you're about to go to Denver, University of Denver.
Yep.
Can you describe that like junior, senior year of you getting ready to? Were you even thinking about college?
Yes, I was thinking of USC. I was actually wanting to graduate early. I wanted to get started on my film career. So I was like, the earlier I can graduate college, the better. So I can get started on all this journey to follow my dream.
Have you always been interested in film?
Oh, yeah. Since I was 16, that's been my top goal.
Before 16, were you like into movies and film and all that? Like, did you have...
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I think like just like any other kid, I knew what I had was this obsession with like music and images. So I started off being obsessed with music videos, and that's what I started obsessing over. I was like, oh my God, there's like fucking 10 cuts in like 10 seconds. What the fuck? And then they all create a rhythm, and it's like so fun. And then I wanted to do that, and then that got me into like, oh shit, there's all these filmmakers out there, and yeah.
Were your parents pretty supportive? Like when you're like,
I think, yeah, they would ignore it, but once it got time to go to college, I told them I was going to major in film, and they were like, is that going to get you a job? And I was like, honestly, yeah, it will. And then I made a film about 3 undocumented students in my high school. And after they watched that film, they were like, oh shit, okay, he's actually going to do something with this, or he could do something with this. And people on Facebook kept sharing that documentary that I did. And that's when I knew, I was like, oh shit, I know I could affect people, and people were writing paragraphs and almost essays, honestly, about how my film impacted them. And yeah, how grateful they were to meet those 3 students that I made the film about. But I'm like, damn, people are sharing this and being personal with this. I'm like, okay, I know I have potential on this.
because like I can only imagine like when you did the film, it was fun.
Yeah,
There's nothing like having
Oh,
fun.
no. And I was always, honestly, imagine someone you're interested in, and then it's like, hey, can I follow you with my camera for a day? And they were like, sure. And so I did that, and I was like, so I one of my friends took the RTD. It took him probably like an hour to get home. So I was like, what the fuck is this ride? How does it feel? So then I was like, can I follow you? And he was undocumented, so I was just really curious about his. I'm a very curious person, so I was just like, how does it feel to be famous? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always asking these questions, and it's like, and as a filmmaker, I think you're able to live off
like curiosity.
Yeah, just curiosity, and live people's lives without really. I would consider myself like a fly on the wall. Like I don't like to be like, hey, how's your day going? Hey, Esther, what do you feel about this? Hey, so what about this and that? No, back the fuck off. And I just want to be in the corner filming whatever you do and your natural habitat. You know what? At 16, I saw that it was a superpower of mine. So why let that superpower just fucking die off?
So you get into Denver for film.
Mm-hmm.
How was that like?
It was good. I went to the office of the director of the film program, and I was like, "Hey, I'm not sure why I'm here, but just wanted to say hi. I'm Mario. I'm gonna be a film major." And she was like, "Well, hello there." And I was like, "Sorry, I didn't really plan this, but just wanted to say hi." And she thought that was so fucking funny.
I was gonna say what
after that we just our relationship has been super close.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
after
awesome.
7 years we still talk. Yeah.
Wow. So she knows. She's seen all this.
Oh yeah,
knows.
she's seen. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. What's her name?
Sheila Schroeder.
Miss Sheila, shout out to you. Please keep doing what you're doing. So, out of all those years, out of all the classes that you took, what was the hardest class?
Philosophy.
Philosophy, no joke. Why?
Because I did not understand shit. No, I honestly didn't get anything, and I took it because my best friend took it, and he was like, bro, you need to take this class. I took it for a day, and I was like, bro, I'm not going to get it. Heisenberger, fuck you.
You remember the name.
And
Okay.
Heidegger. Yeah, that's the guy.
Heidegger.
German philosopher Martin Heidegger was one of the greatest philosophers of the 20th century.
19 something.
See, I didn't even know his name.
You got a beef with him.
And yeah, at the end I wrote the paper. It was the only thing he was going to grade was a paper at the end. It was like you were supposed to write a 10-page paper at the end of the quarter.
What?
And I was like, fuck. And every time I took that class, I was like, okay, well, I think they're talking about this. They're talking about that. So at the end, when I was writing my paper, I was like struggling. And I was like, I called my friend. I was like, bro, you need to help me write this shit because I really am about to fail this shit.
Well, on the contrary to that, what was your easiest class?
All the fucking film classes. Yeah, they were.
There's got to be one that stands out. What is that one you're like, yes, I wish every class was like this?
Introduction to film. Gotcha. Yeah, it was the first film class I took. I was like, okay.
Like, was it... Well, okay, so your philosophy class, I was going to ask you, was it only that paper that he graded? Or there was like little quizzes here and there? Maybe.
Oh, no, it was just that paper.
So did you have to go to class? Was participation a grade?
Yeah, I think you needed to go to class. Yeah, I think so.
So, with everything that we've talked about now, with everything that you've been through, that you've dug up and kind of realized along the way, looking back at your younger self, what would you tell young Mario?
Yeah, that's... You know what I'm wondering?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know when I'm gonna... Like, when is it when I feel like I'm gonna make it or when I made it? I think for me, it's just like money-wise. Well, like have $1 million or something. That's when I'll feel like my family will feel like I made it. But right now, I feel like I'm doing so much that I'm on my way. But I'm just like, I don't know. I don't have anything to say to that Mario yet because I don't feel accomplished at all, honestly. But you know what I mean? And I hate to be that kind of person that's like, oh, yeah, like I've made it. No, so I really do hate all that.
Yeah, no,
so
you're good, yeah.
From 1 to 10, I'm like at probably like a 3 that I've made it just because I'm not financially there yet. And at least where my dad and my twin brother are able to kind of be proud of me. But I'm earning good fucking money right now, but where I think they see me as and what they expected from me, I'm nowhere near that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I would just tell him to just be patient and keep doing what you're doing. I don't know. Ask me this in 10 years and I'll be able to say like, hey. But right now I'm just I don't. I feel like the same Mario in a way. Not emotionally, but just like I'm still hustling and I'm still working at things, even though my resume will say otherwise. Mentally, I feel like I'm still fucking trying to make it. And like I still feel the same hatred towards my haters, where it's like they might see me like a dumbass or like a shy motherfucker, but if they really saw the fire that was in me, I don't know. So sorry, that's an awkward.
No, that I totally
Sorry.
understand what you're saying. No, you're around a lot of greatness, and so even when it comes to the editors that you're around, the talent that you're around too, you're like, there's another level. There's another level. My next question would be, is there a level for Mario? You mentioned $1 million, but is that the level?
So I know this. I heard of this editor in Hollywood who gets paid $20,000 a week, and that editing job lasts what, like 5 months. So when I get to that level, I think I'll be good. I'll be good. So when I get to edit 2 Hollywood movies a year, then I'm good. I'll be happy. But right now, I'm Cardi B's videographer, which has been something that I've been wanting to do for the longest, which is go on tour with a big artist. Hopefully that happens. I'm manifesting it right now. Putting it out there. I'm going to go on tour with Cardi B. Once that happens, I'm going to be retiring that videography side of me and then just focusing on editing.
Wow. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you. No, this is great. This is insightful for that young editor out there that's thinking, is it possible? So yeah, thank you.
No,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
it. Well, we got a little shameless plug area. So if you could tell people where to find you, where to follow you, where to see the content.
No, you can follow me on my Instagram, Mario Fierro. And that's pretty much it. I post everything there. So, yep.
Perfect. Perfect. And before I leave y'all, research your own experiences, absorb what is useful, reject what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. God bless.